Matt, you currently operate multiple companies globally, right? You're involved in finance, et cetera, regulation all around the world. What do you see that's coming to crypto that seems to be starting not inside the US, that you think is going to be an adoption into crypto within the US and is going to effectively change how crypto is done now?
Excellent question. Now, our time in Europe, which we've spent quite a bit this summer and spring, we've learned through our work with MiCA and understanding with the regulations that are happening in Europe, not only stable coins, the biggest issue is even stable coins now are going to have to act almost like ETFs, meaning they're going to have to file audits, they have to do disclosure statements, and they're going to have to really have those assets behind them, which I think Circle might be the only one that's actually going to be able to accomplish that. They're not allowed to leverage, not allowed to do staking, because they really want to protect the assets of the individual investor. So that's one. So you're going to see a lot of these people who call themselves stable coins have to transition. Now, part of the regulation we're seeing is stable also means it's going to have to be a currency, or we'll call it other type of commodity that doesn't have much fluctuation.
Okay.
So someone can't say, well, I have a mining asset, we're going to back end call it stable. It's not going to work.
Okay.
That's going to be a security,
right.
not a stable coin. So we see that happening, which is going to be a big change. And they're going to require these individual stable coins to make the proper disclosure statements audits. Now, the next piece is going to be on the security side. On the security side, what I've seen is a lot of the crypto bros and gals, whatever they want to call themselves, they try to say, we're going to do things our way and we're going to skate around the tokenization structure of reporting. We're going to pretend to be utility, play utility, offer some key pieces.
We're a software, we're
a node, we're this, but in the end, someone's making an investment and they're expecting a passive return or even an active return based on that investment.
Right.
That is a security. So what you're going to see is tokens, the cryptos that are going to survive are going to be the ones that act like many public companies, do their audits, the disclosure statements, properly file those in the right jurisdictions, and allow for transparency of that asset is what we see happening. And there's going to be a lot of groups that can't do it, but the ones that are going to survive are going to have to follow that. It's going to be even the ones that are outside the United States. Obviously, in the US, you have different restrictions. In the US, not only do you have to file like a security, you have to be on an approved alternative asset exchange, which is a whole other story, which a lot of the exchanges in the US are still trying to figure that out, and they're playing in the gray area. We won't.
Yeah.
This is a complete wide area we're staying in. We know the licenses and jurisdictions where you have to stay and have to report, and we will stick within those. But those are two main key pieces you're going to see evolve. Now, the third is in marketing. Marketing. A lot of the crypto groups got their, I market this.
Yep.
The marketing of crypto, you cannot market a crypto that is a security without disclosing what you got paid to do it and be fully transparent on the disclosure. And if they're offering it, you must be a licensed broker-dealer in that jurisdiction.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this world's going to change from the crypto group, hey, come jump into this. So I see that regulation starting right now. They've gone after the exchanges and the assets. They've got into some of the marketers. That's going to continue to go. So the best way to do it, file disclosure statements, act like a security, allow the issuer, the actual token structure itself, they can do their own marketing, and they need to disclose. If they hire somebody else, you need to disclose it. Like a Kim Kardashian or someone, disclose, I was paid this amount.
Right.
And this is what I got paid and compensated to do so. As long as you're transparent about that, those fit under the transparency and marketing rules, which dictate a lot of the securities rules within the US internationally.
Gotcha. Now, we've had multiple conversations about current projects, current tokens that are operating as a security, but not calling themselves a security. And some of the conversations that we've had are about going back and auditing to get caught up to speed, right? Can you tell us a little bit about why that may be so difficult and why we may not see that happen for a lot of these tokens?
Well, you're going to see a lot of them try, and they have to try, because if they don't, they will not adopt and transition to the future. So doing an audit requires you to go back through to, depending on how many years of audits being required by your regulatory body of which you're registering in. And that also requires them to pull back their entire equity structure. They have a lot of, in the normal audit process, all of the transactions have to be recorded and reviewed. There's confirmations. And sometimes within the crypto world, that confirmation process doesn't happen. So finding a group that can sign off on that audit and fit the proper requirements might be too difficult for some of the groups if they do not know how to operate as a public company. Once you know how to operate an audited company, you can put the procedures and things in place. Pablo knows how to do that. Our entire team knows how to do that. So every single asset we have will start off acting like a micro public company that follows audits and those pieces for one reason. We want that transparency, and we want to continue that adoption into it, because it is much easier from personal experience to start auditing a company from the beginning versus going back and trying
to clean it up afterwards.
Cleanup sometimes it doesn't happen. I've seen entities, been involved in entities that cannot finish their audit due to confirmations are not able to be achieved. And the auditor says, that's too much risk, I can't sign off on it. And that's what I see happening for a lot of the groups. They know how to do crypto, but they don't know how to deal with securities and fiduciary responsibilities.
Got it.